Peace, butterflies. Thank you for being here in this moment. You are currently listening to the Butterfly Experience podcast with myself, Imani Aliyah, as your host. I'm honored to be trusted with your time, space, and energy on this platform, and I'm sending you all love as we join together for this episode. Before we begin, I would like to give a disclaimer that the things I express in this episode are my own opinions and experiences, and if you need help working through your mind, body, or spiritual disease, I encourage you to reach out to a professional. Thank you. Now on to the episode. Peace and blessings, butterflies. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Imani, aka Imani the Superstar, and I am sick, so that's why I sound like this, but we're going to do this little promo commercial anyway. So I am here to let you all know about Conscious Nights event that they are hosting on Saturday right up in our city, at my city, girl. They're going to be in Philly. Now, usually they're in New Jersey. This is a really big deal. They're going to be in a new venue space that's been doing really well called Flex Space in North Philly. Now, this event is going to be Saturday, like I said. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Make sure you get there early because I know they open mic joint is going to fill up fast. The list is going to fill up fast. And speaking of the open micers, for the open micers, it is $10. And for general admission, if you just want to come and experience, it's $15. Also, to throw out some of the people that's going to be involved, it is going to be hosted by someone we love and appreciate. Philly's favorite poet, one of their favorite poets, Visionary the Poet. And the feature artists are going to be Grander Lavelle, who I actually do not know and I'm excited to see and get to know. And then Nikki LaRue, who I actually do know and who has always been a good supporter of like just me in general and of the show, and I really just love them. So make sure y'all pop out and show some love and to Conscious Nights in general, but also to just Indigenous creatives and Indigenous events and experiences. I hope to see y'all there. I'll be there. I might be doing a live painting or whatever. You never know. You'll see. But it's definitely gonna be a great time. It's always a great time with them. So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all, get your tickets and just vibe. They are also looking for vendors. So if you are a vendor, please be sure to contact Tuck, which his Instagram and everything is below because they are still looking for vendors and that's still a thing. All right, y'all. Much love. Definitely love keeping y'all in the loop and hopefully I will see y'all there. Let's get into this interview. Mwah. Damn, we done did 30 twice already. It's a 2-hour chart.
Not to mention the in-between.
Yo, this is abundance. Y'all are looking at and experiencing and tapping into abundance. Wow. Shout out TJ. 30 minutes. He was about to come for niggas' heads, I guess. I don't want to say that because you really giving them knowledge.
Pause, but yeah, I'm definitely so you coming for their heads, pause. But nah, yeah. I'm about to get to the nitty gritty and then I'm gonna get some jewels too. So I guess I'll start with that. Start a little bit with the itis and then go right into that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the itis is not a good thing at all whatsoever. That joint is so toxic. Just, I don't know, people just gotta realize and think about what they're doing. The fact that you eating chemically bound food clogs your arteries, no matter what it is. If it ain't alkaline, it's going to clog your arteries. It's going to slow down your heart rate, slow down your indigestive system. It's going to slow down everything. So with that happening, it clogs up your arteries that help you breathe, that help you cleanse your colon, that help you see. It takes away your oxygen. So now it's your body is shutting down. You're going to sleep. You're now catching the itis because it's your body telling you, look, you got to slow down and you got to give us some time to work on you and cleanse out and break down all this bullshit that you just put in your body. So that's what's going on when the itis is happening. That's what happens point blank period when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep is when your body works the hardest. Mm-hmm. So when you wake up in the morning, if you're not normally, if you're not normally, why is this word so hard to say right now?
Fuck English.
You feel me?
Shit be fucking with us. We don't even be knowing that should be spiritually on something. I'ma get you,
for
nigga.
real. So when you wake up and you're not regularly, let's get a whole different word in there. If you're not moving your bowels on the regular in the morning, just know that your arteries are clogged. You just cut out every access point to even just cleanse yourself out. Because I said in the morning, excuse me, in the rising when you wake up and you do these things, you're supposed to go automatically cleanse out your body from everything. At night when you sleep, your body scrubs against the walls, or the toxins, the good toxins, or the chemicals, the herbs that's in your body, they scrub against the walls and they knock off all the toxins that's in there. And it pushes it down through your intestines, where it allows it to, go to where it's supposed to go and get pushed out by the colon. So now when that happens and you wake up in the morning and you can't take your normal poop shit in the morning like you're supposed to, everything is backed up in your colon right now. It's a certain way, like even your poop in general is supposed to look when it comes out. Like me and right now, depending on what I eat, if I had like a hearty meal of something alkaline that day and I go to move my bowels, I can see some of my food in my bowels. Like 9 times out of 10, that's what it's supposed to be like. You feel me? Sometimes you're supposed to see it, sometimes it's supposed to be like you're gonna be able to tell the texture, but it should be like a decent texture where you could tell like it's not too hard and it's not too smushy. Too smushy, too loose is like diarrhea. Too hard is like you can already know that's a bunch of bread and chemicals, because that's what starch and these chemicals are. All of these chemicals that are in your food that aren't original alkaline ingredients are all chemicals, and starch is a binder. So it doesn't do nothing but bind. That's how you get hybrid foods or man-made foods. They put two chemical bound foods together, and that starch makes them unite. That's what sticks them together.
That's why they push starch so heavy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It smashes everything together and makes it just unite and hold on to each other. So with all of that being said, I forgot what point I was making with that, John. But itis, yes. So with all of that being said, so you get the itis from that. So now when you got the itis, your body is like, yo, you need to shut down and chill for a moment, and we gonna go to work. So now it's going to work, trying to cleanse everything out your body. And of course, 9 times out of 10, if you done ate that much trash, no matter how hard the body is working, you probably gonna wake up and not even move your bowels. You probably just gonna take that nap to rest and rejuvenate yourself, because that's what the body is trying to do, heal you at that moment. And when it doesn't have the equal opportunity to do that, now you just got enough rest to sustain yourself for a couple more minutes or hours before you probably go to sleep again at night.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep, that was the routine.
That's really all it did.
And the worst thing about it when I was doing it was when I got up, I was eating another full, nice little trashy meal, and then going back to sleep. And now I got the French toast, eggs, and pork bacon on top of steak, salt and ketchup.
And then you wake up and your stomach like, damn, I know I ate good, and you can feel your stomach, you can feel the extra weight sitting right there in your stomach. Most people got like 10 to 30 pounds of waste in their stomach on a regular. Not to mention the bigger you get, the more waste you holding. That's like a big ball of just unnatural chemicals and sitting in your body, or just chemicals in general just sitting in your body, mixing with the toxins that you already got, and it's just adding up, and you just building a whole big ass ball. Or that segue right into like these muscle building things that we be eating, thinking that we building muscle, and we like, oh, I want to eat this and that to build muscle mass. Muscle mass is a whole fluke. Like just the word mass in general, you just anytime you adding more mass to yourself, of course you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna be able to pick up more things, or you're going to be able to you'll just be able to get more stronger and hold more. Because now you're just bigger. You're bigger, so of course the more you add together, you'll be able to hold more. Okay, let's just say we got like a little twig right here. You step on that twig, it's gonna break easily. But now we talking about stepping on a stump, a tree stump. You're not gonna be able to break no tree stump, but no matter how tall it is, you're not stepping on no tree stump and breaking it now because it's bigger and thicker and stronger. So it's the same thing with your body. As you add more chemicals to it, you filling up your arteries with just mass, not muscle. You're just filling it up with mass. So over a course of time, yeah, you can create more strength or more weight. If you in the gym and you working out with the mass that you have added onto your body, yes, you will get stronger. But that strength will not last. It will only last but so long. So that's why you'll see a lot of people who are bodybuilding, they taking so many other chemicals on top of chemicals that they started off taking, just to kind of like continue to give them more strength. They doing more harm to themselves, adding more harm into their body. So over that course of time, those people will eventually start to decline. That's why you see now a lot of individuals decline in between the ages of like, I mean, it's getting even worse now. I remember when I was younger, I'm 33 now. So when I was like 25, 21, between like 18 and 21, a lot of people were declining around like 30, 32, 33, 34. I'm at this, that's why now you got a lot of like people, I'm 33. You got people younger than me, 5, 10 years younger than me, declining at like the ages 21, 22, 23 to like 25. Or even more so dying at them ages just because of health in general.
Dying.
And I'm like, damn, that's deep. Like we was pushing through at them ages. Like we was doing a lot of bullshit at them ages, but we was pushing through. And now they pushing through in their teens and getting to their 20s, and it's like, they done, they gone.
I think I experienced that. Granted, like it didn't go as far as it could have, but it just like, that's what happened, because in my teenage years, I was doing a lot of, I stopped doing a lot of, I was doing dumb shit, because even though I was vegetarian, I was a starchitarian, and I also just wasn't eating at all. So like, that's what really
Starchitarian.
I got that from Queen Afua. She was saying that in her interviews, but I was really like just eating pasta and vegetables all the time and just had hella gas all the time and never felt fulfilled for real. So that's not healthy. But I was doing all of that bullshit, and then, you know, I went through like crazy smoking like eras, like chapters. Like it was a point where I was high every day, all day, and I was smoking, but what I was smoking was fucking Dutches, like putting weed in Dutches and smoking that shit, and I was smoking those every day. But yeah, I was all the fuckery, and then now it's like I feel like I could have been one of those people, and then when I started that little slim thick era, I could have been, you know, whatever, but now I'm like, I caught that shit just in time. Like, hold the fuck up, bitch, because you going to age yourself. Like, I seen it when I looked in the mirror, actually, and that on top of all, it's not just about eating and shit too, y'all. That's another thing that I feel like we both want y'all to understand. It's like, the other things matter too, like being sexually irresponsible, being relationship irresponsible, dibbling, like letting your traumas kind of like be your lead you or whatever like that. All of that shit takes a toll too. Like, this is a part of gaining that clarity and, like, you know, remembering that power and all of that stuff, but it's the things you do around there too. Like, I would look in the mirror and it's like I come from a very beautiful family. Like, the women in my family are very beautiful, you know, and then they also, like, they stay a pretty nice size for their, you know, throughout their life. Like, niggas be looking like 20 something, being a 40 type shit. Like, that's my family, that's where I come from. So, you know, it's like, I got good genes, you know, all of this other shit. But when I was going through that phase, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, yo, something about you is becoming ugly. Granted, I wasn't saying that to offend myself. Let's be clear. I wasn't trying to come at myself. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just like, something about you is becoming ugly. Like, and it shows on your outside. Like, it shows in your aura field. It shows in, like, your spirit, and it shows in your outside when you're not living right and you're not doing a thing that's elevating you, and you're feeding yourself trash. You're participating in trash activities. I don't mean to be harsh, but it's real. It's that deep. It's real. Like, I was looking in the mirror, I could look at my lips, like my lips was changing colors. I was getting all types of, like, you know, even now I be going through that because I'm still, like, you know, learning the habits I need to learn. But, like, my lips was looking crazy, my hair was looking crazy. I finally just cut my hair last night, used organic, like, nice, you know, the nice products. What the fuck do organic even mean? I'm gonna ask you that too, because I have a definition, but they be saying niggas be lying, so we gonna talk about that. But I got all my products from Black & Nobel, and I had them explain to me everything that shit was and what it do for my hair and all of that. And then I cut my ends and all of that and let my fro exist today, because I be the one to throw it in a ponytail or throw it in fucking, you know, hairstyles and shit. I'm saying all of that to say, you can see on the outside when shit in your inner and in your environment is not right. So you think you cute now, doing all the shit you doing, but you're gonna start to see that shit deteriorate. And this is coming from somebody who was the cutest bitch her whole life, type shit. Anyway, yeah. That was all. That was the point. But can you explain organic actually? And can you explain organic and alkaline? Those are two words, because you already did talk. I don't think we said on camera this what we had said off camera when you was like, alkaline is like source for real. And, like, you said it was original, but, like, walk us through that again. And then also, can you define organic?
Okay.
Not to be like an encyclopedia.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't even really dabble into those words, really. Organic, and even me saying alkaline all the time is like, I wish I could. I'd really rather say like original man, or like just original, regular, because even that word alkaline it covers up things like melanin covers up carbon. Alkaline covers up being original, being regular, being natural. And these were just words that were put in place to really cover up the truth. But because there's so much, sometimes you gotta like use reverse psychology to like its best. You gotta use reverse psychology to like bring clarity to those who aren't on your dimension. You feel me? Or on your level yet. And you kind of gotta like use these certain words to help bring them there, so that they can understand what you're saying before they understand themselves. You feel me? Because it's an order to it. Like when they're understanding and receiving wisdom and knowledge, they gotta understand what you're saying in order for them to really just receive it and then use it. You feel me? So with the words organic and alkaline, like I feel like those are more like words that are put in place to block what really is original. So organic is used every fucking where.
Yo, it's really just a buzzword.
Every fucking where.
Like, and it's ways they get away with shit too. Cause even saying it's with the chickens, they be like it's
organically grown or organically
shit like
fed.
that. And it's like it's so. And then the thing about it is like I want y'all to know they market this shit in a way to make the health conscious people. That's what they call it, like health conscious people buy certain shit. And it be like they be making the bare minimum shit. Like we don't like. I don't know, this is just an example I just made up, but like, we don't slice our chickens' heads off because that's inhumane. We just like stab them straight through the heart. That's better, you know, shit like that. And it's not done in front of the coop. It's done like over here type shit. And it's just like, that was actually probably a bad example, but it's just like,
or grass
what
fed.
I'm saying is they be doing the same shit in a different way and do a couple things different and say, this is healthy. This is that different thing. And it's just like, it still be fucked up shit. Yo, my example's not the best today, but y'all catch my drift.
Nah, just to elaborate on that, but like telling people, oh, the cows are grass fed. The fuck does that mean? So you think now because you're
on each other.
You know, now because your cow is grass fed, that cow is better than the cow that's supposedly not grass fed. All cows eat grass, or they eat the bullshit that they give them. At the end of the day, the process of what they do to these cows before they kill them and chop the meat up and feed it to you is still the same with all of them. They all still relieving or like giving off them stress hormones that they give before they kill. Like they do some outrageous shit that cows before we eat it. Or before people eat it. And like these cows are really standing on their legs the whole entire time until their bones are weak enough and they can't handle it no more. They can't stand them no more, especially the mothers that are pregnant with that they're sucking the milk from. Like they never rest. The space that they put these cows in to take the milk from them, there's never really enough space for those cows to even like sit down and rest. So they're really sucking them dry for the longest. And even when these cows get sucked dry, there's still another machine that grabs them by their legs and hangs them in the air until they finish sucking every bit of milk out of them. So at this point, like their whole entire body is just filled with pus of disease, and that's all going into the milk that y'all like to drink. That they say makes your bones strong, right?
I cannot believe this. That is murder.
Milk is going to strip your bones of calcium 10 times more than you'll get any type of good calcium from. You're not going to get any good calcium from it at all.
And you can get that from greens.
Right. From all your greens.
50 million times more.
Arugula, arugula. I said arugula.
My favorite.
Arugula, watercress, dandelion greens, kale. Even though kale isn't really alkaline, but it's the least of the acidic greens that are okay to eat. So kale, romaine lettuce. Stay away from iceberg lettuce. You got these things. If you looking to gain weight outside of those greens, you want to eat grains like amaranth, spelt. They got like spelt flakes you could eat. Quinoa, however all of those like to say it. Fonio is like a top joint. What else? If you mix agave, if you're looking for something to kind of like replace your peanut butter, I'm pretty sure y'all figure out where to get. If you want to make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you can still make that. That's possible to make it happen. They got walnut butter, straight walnut butter that you can actually order off of Amazon. Then they got tahini butter, which is nothing but sesame seeds grinded down into butter. So tahini butter, and you add agave to that, gives you a peanut butter texture and a peanut butter taste. And then you could get, and that'll add weight onto you. Tahini butter and like sesame seeds have so much protein, and then we ain't even get a chance to touch on that word neither.
We can do that.
Protein.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
TJ like, all right now.
Protein. It's so much carbs and tahini butter that'll help put on weight. So that you can add that to agave, and that'll give you like the peanut butter texture. And then of course you could break down and blend up your berries and get some type of jam texture, and boom, you got your peanut butter jelly, some spelt bread, some even kamut will help you gain weight. Dates will help you gain weight.
I love dates.
Baby bananas will help you gain weight. Burrow bananas will help you gain weight. Mangoes will help you gain weight. Peaches. Man, listen.
I'm over here reacting to the fruits you're saying. Peaches, it gotta be a good peach.
Gotta be a good peach for sure.
But see, that's why back in the day, you know, our ancestors and stuff, they was healthy, they was thick too. They had some weight. Sometimes it was the good weight though. It wasn't the shit you get from eating steak all day like I do.
I don't think people,
not anymore, but
yeah, I don't think people understand that neither. I think it just some tribes were husky or more muscular than others depending on where they were, what land they were native to. If you native to a land where sesame seeds are growing all the time or avocados are growing all the time, but I'm native to a land where blueberries are, you know, abundantly grown or just growing all the time, then I'm gonna be muscular. They're gonna be muscular, but I may be more lean. They may be a little bit more huskier because they eating a lot more foods that have, you know, more that are higher in carbs than mine are. So people gotta pay attention to that too. But now we get it. We sometimes are a lot more blessed than our ancestors because we have the sources to really get all of these different drinks at once. You feel me?
Exactly.
I could make a smoothie with berries and tahini butter in it at once if I want to, which is what I do.
That's
you feel me?
Yeah, we are very blessed in that way. Make sure y'all tap in, get the products. I just had the drink. I'm basically done this shit. But I was gonna say too, like we talked a little bit about language and we kind of touching on many different things, but which is good. Yes, and I have been like studying. All right, so two things. The first thing is that my grandma, I really want to know where I'm from, like is my family lineage or like line based in, because I would love that, because then when I'm eating those foods I could tap into like my ancestors was eating these foods, like these specific ones. So I really wonder what land. My grandma always says Cherokee Indian, and I learned about them when I was in school, but like I don't know much about them, and I wonder how true that is, because you know they switch up our stories and shit like that. But she says that she knows that somebody in our family, I think her dad told her about his parents or something like that, but that they were Cherokee Indian, and I don't even know what that means. But to put that out there, just saying that to say I want to know what my tribe, the tribe I come from, the people I come from, I want to know what they were eating, because you can use that for spiritual benefits too, to like call on them or just like have conversation with them. So that's the first thing. The second thing I was going to say, we talked about language a little bit, like that I feel like the more elevated I get and enlightened I get, the harder English is for me. Like the more I can master it and know words and like paint beautiful, elaborate, complex ideas, but the more it also gets on my fucking nerves.
You want to say a lot less.
Yeah, exactly. So literally, and people used to make fun. Like the first thing I started with was Grand Rising. Like that was the first thing. Everybody would make fun of that shit. Now I say all types of risings. I can say rich rising, peaceful rising, happy. I say happy sunrise. I got that shit from Nadira. Like happy, you know, whatever. So anyway, and then I was reading about like I've been getting into some of the, I guess like Yoruba. I don't think it's Yoruban, but I know the religion. I believe. I won't speak on it too much because I know I'm gonna say some things wrong. But like the Orishas and things like that, in the sense of like Oshun and all those things. Anyway, Queen Afu would be talking about it a little bit, and some of the words she uses, like she introduced a lot of words in her book that are from that language. I don't know if it's called like Yoruban. I don't know if you can say that, like Yoruban language. I'm not sure. But one of the words. So I say peace and blessings all the time. Like that's been my thing for a minute now. And she had a word in there, and it was like Hetepu. I think that's how you say it. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But now I'll be saying that all the time. And it like anytime I say it, even if I don't necessarily know if I'm saying it right, it feels so fucking good. Like I feel like I'm saying something that's of something I come from for the first time. I never had that before. Even with like Grand Rising or Peace and Blessings, like that's still something that originates from something else. So when I speak that other like the other language that I believe I come from, and I'll find out if it's for sure. But I feel so like, I don't know, like it feels very like I'm tapping in, like my tongue becomes sacred.
To piggyback off of what you're saying, because I don't think I said nothing when you had asked the question, but just to clarify the meaning of the word alkaline.
Oh yeah.
The original meaning of the word alkaline is Afro-bio-mineral balance. So as you can hear in the word Afro, the original meaning you can hear in that word Afro, that's originally for us. So when I'm talking about alkaline, understand that everything that I'm, like, first of all, there's only one God, only one race. You feel me? That's that. So everything that was originally created, all these natural products that we eat, was really for us. So I'm only giving y'all health that's specifically going to help you. The originals, the original man, us, our brown skin, the native indigenous folks, you feel me, the aboriginals, this is for us. You feel me, to take you to like a whole nother higher level. This is the gateway. And then after that, just you learning and understanding your truth. You feel me, it'll just take off.
Yep. Wow.
It'll go from there.
That shit is
And
great.
then like words like protein, like when you see that word protein and they talking about actual alkaline fruit and they still mentioning protein, just understand that protein, the more protein that's in that fruit or vegetable or grain, really that word protein means minerals. So the more protein, the more minerals. That's what you getting from that word.
Wow.
So when they cover that up in other like weight gaining joints, they say, oh, it's mad protein in here. You gotta like read in between the lines. They ain't talking about minerals then. Well, actually they are, but they're talking about synthetic minerals, which you can only get you can only get but so much of synthetic minerals before it starts to actually cause harm to your body. Point blank period, the minute you start taking in synthetic minerals, it's gonna start harming your body. But after a certain amount, it's gonna start doing more harm than it was originally doing. You feel me?
Yo, this shit is so wild. Like, this is really affirming for me in the sense of like, yo, I always was telling niggas how my body was feeling, and that shit was always, I feel like, underestimated or played down. Like, I feel like I've had the superpower of food, of knowing what food is what, or like what, since I was a kid. Because even when I was a young boy, everybody on my block was drinking like Hugs and shit like that. I ain't know better, but I still wasn't doing that shit. Like, I was like, something about this just not it for me. Like, it make me sleepy, or it make me feel like, you know, heavy, or I don't know, it affect my bowel movements, whatever it was, and I just be turned off by shit. And sometimes I wouldn't even try to be like, no, I don't want that shit. And food has always been a challenge for me. Like, growing up, it's just always been a fucking challenge. And I just feel like, because I always knew. And now it's time to, like, with that knowledge of, like, wanting better, desiring better nourishment, requiring better nourishment, it's time to act. Like, it's really time, and it's really time to start being like, okay, I know my body is sensitive as fuck. It's been sensitive since a kid. I'm gonna use that as a superpower and let it be less of a, like, I don't know, like, bad thing, like, affect me negatively. Like, it's literally a superpower to know, to be able to look at something or feel when something is not right. And also, like, I always used to know, even when I didn't have the academics to, like, go study it, I used to know, like, Grandma, I don't think you should eat that specifically. Or, like, Mom, I don't think that works with that. Or, you know, I always had that power. So it's definitely time to tap in. It's time to tap in. So I don't know how much time we have, but I know it ain't in abundance of time. So I have two last things for you. You wanted to talk about the books, right?
I just want to show them and let them know where to get it from.
Okay,
but,
let's do that.
So real quick, these are 3 different books. Y'all heard me earlier in the interview, like, reading out the different herbs and what they're good for and the benefits of them. So this is a little pocket nutritional guide. This book is only $10. I don't know this man. I just pay attention to what he teaches, and he learned everything that he knows from Sebi, that's what he says. So I paid attention to a lot that this man has taught, and everything he does teach is alkaline. So this is a little pocket book, $10. You can get this on his website. His Instagram is Eat to Live, Not to Die. And so that's the little pocket nutritional book. This is a cookbook from his wife, Cook with Mutulu. Alkaline cuisine book. So many different recipes in here. I done tried some of these joints. Everything in this book is alkaline. And then this is a nutritional, like, secret fact book, I guess you could say, where he just, as you read through this book, like, it'll just unlock different facts about health that you did not know, whether they're good or bad, and things that'll just, you know, make you a lot more aware of what you're doing and how you're eating. So, you know, you can go to Eat to Live, Not to Die. I highly suggest you follow him. Follow my brother Bay Your Herbs, Alkaline, and Alkaline Vegan Mommy. These are people that I highly suggest that y'all follow, because they talk about all alkaline things all day, every day, and they get down to the nitty gritty. Like, they really talk about all truth all day long. Whether you want to hear it or not, they're gonna let it be known. So
I love that. And we can
follow Conscious Nights. You heard?
Yeah, period. And we can link them down below too, like under the video when this does come out. and all of that other stuff. I was really just going to say, like, the last two questions that I want to ask is, the first one is, what do you feel like is the biggest benefit? I know it's so many of them, but what do you feel like is the biggest benefit for our people when it comes to using this, like this being a lifestyle, like alkaline being a lifestyle? What is the biggest benefit?
Being in tune with intuition.
What is the biggest? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've gained from this whole lifestyle. Being in tune with intuition. Like, I could now tell clearly what are my thoughts and what intuition is telling me to save me. You feel me? That's the big, like, I love that the most about just eating correctly, breathing correctly, working out correctly, smoking the correct herbs, which is what y'all see me doing the whole entire video, smoking Damiana. I ain't even get a chance to really like knock y'all niggas' egos off. That's what I really wanted to do, like, cause a lot of y'all swear y'all be doing something in the bedroom with y'all girl and y'all wife, and y'all really don't be pleasing them as long as y'all should be. You feel me? Damiana, look into that. That's an herb that'll help you with that. It sends blood flow to your manhood. It helps calm your nerves. Calendula, same thing. Chamomile, lavender do the same thing. Mugwort, we already spoke about that earlier. They do the same thing.
Period.
Yeah.
And see, we're gonna have to have another conversation. Was you about to say something else?
No, I was just saying that's the biggest thing though, being in tune with your intuition. And then we have all the answers already. We are perfect. Eating this way is the gateway. So as soon as you do that, all the answers of clarity will start coming to you. I promise you.
I love that. And that just made me think, like, I remember one time, because I would say, you know, you on your spiritual journey your whole life, but I would say I consciously started practicing certain stuff probably like 2018, 19, right? So I remember like listening to the Baby when he put out that song with Megan, and he was talking about how he was fucking his girl, like, and it was so abusive. Like, now mind you, this is coming from, I see, this shit is crazy, and men and women need to have these conversations, because the shit that they be saying in songs, like, and this is coming from somebody who used to talk that shit in their music as well, but it's like, I was hearing the lyrics, I'm just like, so you're beating her up basically. And it's normalized, like, we think about it as like, you know, I'm beating that pussy up, fuck is you talking about? And it's like, yeah, but it's like, no, like, the shit that they're putting in this shit is like low key, it is abuse, it is violence to women, it is like manipulation and fucking like borderline, like you borderline get to the point of that being like trigger warning. Y'all know that I'm about to use the R word. Like, that shit borderline starts to become like rape and like stripping you of yourself, which is, I'm starting a whole nother conversation, so, and we only have the time that we have, so like, we're gonna come back and have another conversation, and I'm also gonna have this conversation with a woman, because I know y'all also want that side of it.
I want to be there for that one, actually.
I was thinking that, so it needs to be a joint, like, I'm probably gonna have one solo and then one where we all like having this conversation, but it's just like, it's so much shit in the sex world that, and we also had a conversation about celibacy, because I'm on that journey and I want to like check in with y'all every, like, let's say month about how that is for me. But it's so much shit that's actually abuse. Like, you thinking, like, you don't even know if your girlfriend came or not, but like 2 minutes, y'all can't see it, but I'm like crying and cartwheeling and all types of shit inside of my being. This has been a very emotional conversation for me, and it's wild that sometimes my emotions don't show on the outside, but like, that's wild. This stuff I'm gonna tell you, well, Tuck is gonna tell y'all what he was saying, but like, what you was just talking about, how like the body has to do more work, and we were originally alkaline, like we were
it's our original state. Like, we can even get into what that word alkaline means. Like,
but let me tell you what, on a, like, in a spiritual sense, like what I'm feeling or experiencing, like our body was always like magic, sacred, godly, like all of these. We were originally healers. You said that too. It's like to hear that is just like, wow, that's what I come from. I come from healing and like alkaline and things and like all of that, right? And then now, you know, the things that you eat or whatever that's not so good for you and stuff like that. And then, you know, your body working 10 times harder and stuff. I just felt like, wow, body, you've been through so much. Like, I just wanted to hug myself and be like, wow, like, damn, I'm sorry. Like, you know, but I'm not hard on myself about it, but it is just like, damn, like, I'm doing better though. Right. And we gonna do better, and you know, we gonna show other people better. But like, that shit really made me emotional when you said that. I was really about to cry. Like,
it's not
my arms and my tummy and my womb and everything.
It's not one person's job. Like me, people call, like, I have had people say, yo, you a doctor, you a healer. No, don't call me that. I'm not none of that. I'm just me. I'm just a messenger. That's really it. And that's all of us are. Like, there's no one person who's just here to heal everybody. When I say, like, we all originally were healers, we all knew how to heal ourselves. The animals ain't out there like running to, oh, let me go to Dr. Hippo's office because he know how to heal all the hippos. Like, no, the hippos know what to eat. All of them themselves know what to eat to heal themselves. There's no doctors, there's no nurses over there. We all our own doctors and nurses, because can't nobody tell you about your body better than you can.
Okay.
That's
Another
key.
thing I've had to tell people.
That's key. You got to be able to listen to your body. That's why the doctors, plenty of times, you could go to the doctors and ask them a question during pregnancy or something like that, and they'll be like, oh, well, you know, it may have happened because of this. It might happen because of that. Might, maybe, all of that. Why don't you have the answers? Why don't you have the answers? Why don't you know what is what? You got all these other different types of pills to give us to tell, oh, this will help with this and this will help with that. What's the answer to get me back to where I need to be? And don't none of them tell you start over, remove the toxins, and then eat properly. They just say, pop this, pop that, and it'll help dispose whatever that problem is. Meanwhile, it's creating a whole nother problem.
And that's like, yeah, I had a person close to me that lost a child, and like we had went to right before it happened, we went to the doctor, and she just fell off. Like that, she just fell off. And she was just like, she had seen the baby, and they was like, oh, the baby's small for where you are in your pregnancy, but like, don't worry. They kept saying like, don't worry this, don't worry that, right? And then the baby was lost like a few weeks after that. And you know, she mentioned that to the doctors, and the doctors was just like it could have been fine, like, you know, maybe it was stress, or like like maybe you worried yourself after that visit, like all this other stuff. And I'm just like, y'all knew. And this is the thing, like, yes to everything you said, and then on top of that, as indigenous people, as black people, we have not only the fact that they don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about, and like they also are run on making their own fucking money and like being privately owned and shit, but on top of that, there's racism. So we have extra reason to be like, fuck no, you don't get to tell me shit. And it's a shame, because I can name multiple black women who, and multiple just black families who have had babies stripped from them because of fucking hospitals, and because of their lies and their flu shots and their fucking like all the bullshit. And it's a fucking problem. I was about to say mass murder, because it's that too.
Yeah, it is.
And thievery and just all types of shit. So it's just like, this conversation that we're having is just, it's important on so many levels. It's undoing so much so much bad shit, so much negative shit, so much pain, and just stuff like that that's been done to our people. Like starting small alone is a big step. Like, cause you know, people always, they like, even I went through this of like, oh, these are small steps, I'm not really doing nothing. It's like, no, take your baby steps, take your small steps, because those small steps add up to something. And you just being interested in it is a beautiful thing, and it's a start. Everybody has to start somewhere type time. So like, you know, you were saying start with the drinks type shit. Like, yeah, start somewhere though. Don't not start. Like, you start somewhere, because it's this fucking, these people in this land, like not the land, but like what's been done to the land, people who've done the bad shit to the land, they owe you that, and you owe it to yourself and like your bloodline and your legacy type shit. But anyway, was you about to say something?
Yeah, I mean, we was gonna mention the two family joints.
Oh yeah.
I was mentioning. What you just say? I wanted to say something about that.
Families being mass murdered, like shit being ripped apart. I was talking about us small steps, like your small steps matter.
Cool. There we go. I think first things first, and then I'm gonna get right to the two joints that we talked about with the family, the 2 points that I made. First things first, like stepping into this lifestyle, you should, instead of using like the word detox, let's use the word remove toxins. My teacher been teaching me this lately, or was mentioning this to me. And he was like, if anybody detoxes, you can use any and everything to detox. There's a bunch of things that you can use to detox. It don't matter, whatever. There's so many different ways out there to detox now, like it's mind-boggling. And the whole thing with detoxing is if you use the wrong things to detox, you can strip your body of minerals that you still need.
Yes.
So using the word detox is like, it's a borderline. That's a word that you got, that a lot of people juggle and play with. So instead, I like to say remove toxins.
It's a buzzword.
Right. So if we remove toxins, then we talking about using herbs, especially if you're doing it the correct way. We say removing toxins, and you literally are removing what you don't need and still keeping what you need and enhancing what you already have as well.
Yes.
You feel me? So herbs that are good for that, like 3 or 4 good herbs I like to go to from the rip every time are yellow dock, which is great for just removing toxins from your intestines, and also helps with fighting anemia, which every indigenous aboriginal individual deals with, point blank period. Anytime we attacked by any illness or any ailments, the first thing that gets hit hard is iron, and we start to have low iron.
And they, so side note, that shit is a trend and a joke now, but like it was never a joke for me. Like that shit is bad. Like I had a friend who had to sleep like literally with a bed tilted for iron so fucking low.
Yeah.
Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's
like,
bad. That's bad. So like yellow dock is one of them, and yellow dock is also high in iron. So with all these herbs, as you remove toxins, these herbs, like people won't consider them as energy herbs, but it's common sense to think that if you remove toxins, your energy level is going to increase. So that's what happens when you remove toxins. When you detox and remove toxin, that automatically happens because now you're able to sleep like you need to. You automatically have like a new abundance of energy. The flexibility in your body, just everything just enhances because now you able to do things you weren't able to do before. So yellow dot, we got Cascara sagrada, which is a great colon cleanse. Great colon cleanse. Any and everything and every element, like to dispose it, you want to go through cleansing your colon first, because that's where most people are backed up at. So from the bullshit we've been eating from over years and years and years, where it ends up getting clogged up at is in your colon. Whether you want to say your colon or either way. Because I was going to say just disposing it throughout your mouth, but most people don't dispose that way. We just talking about burps and gas and stuff like that. Most people dispose through their colon. So that's the easiest and that's the most. That's the area where you could actually get a lot of the toxins to flow out at an abundant amount. You feel me? So you would use your colon. So Cascara sagrada is a great colon detox. What else? I said yellow dot, Cascara sagrada. What I'm missing? Bladderwrack. Bladderwrack helps targets the unnecessary fat that's in your body, and it's also high in iodine. So a lot of women are low in iodine. Bladderwrack is great for that. It's great for that. And then the fourth one is, what's the fourth, John? Duck flower. Duck flower. I've never had it, honestly. I've never had duck flower. Duck flower is real. Like, that's a harsh herb. That's a harsh herb. My brother who got me started on alkaline, his name is Norman. Instagram, June Fabiano. Got you, bro. But yeah, he put me onto that. And I probably never will take it, truth be told. One, it's hard to find out here. It's hard to find like a good quality of that herb because that became amongst like the alkaline individuals and people who are trying to detox and remove toxins. The duck flower became popular. People like, I guess when some people seen Wallow 267 take that joint, and a lot of people started asking, yo, where do I get the duck flower? I'm trying to remove all the mucus out of my body, not knowing that it's good mucus and bad mucus, so they don't really know what they're saying with that neither. Because it's a whole mucus membrane, a lining in your body that helps protect your body. It's actually good mucus that helps protect your body to help fight like the colds and different sicknesses that come in. You feel me? So a lot of people when they hear Sebi say like, yeah, mucus is the only disease or disease, they didn't understand that they had to read between the lines with a lot of shit that Sebi was saying. That's a lot of shit that you gotta read between the lines of what Sebi was saying, and all that shit comes with knowledge. I mean, all that shit comes with doing your homework and starting to listen and pay attention and understand, because you'll hear him say one thing and then be like, hold up, he contradicted himself. Nah, you gotta really tap in and you feel me?
Wow.
So duck flower, is the last one. So with duck flower, I was saying that's a harsh herb because that herb will literally make you shit out both ends at the same time. It'll make you throw up and it'll make you shit at the same time.
I thought, oh shit, all right.
I know where it took you.
Oh,
but yeah, it'll literally make you throw up and shit at the same time. That herb is harsh, but it gets rid of all the excess mucus. So if you was really serious about completely healing yourself in general, boom, you can use that joint. But I strongly suggest that if you find a good quality of that herb, because I know people who have it, I just refuse to take it because every day, I got tea right here that got yellow dock, bladderwrack, and a little bit of cascara sagrada in it. I put bladderwrack and yellow dock and the extra herbs that's in there, same as for you, bro. So that's already there. So I remove toxins on the daily. So right now I might have, I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect, but I might have bare minimum mucus in my body that's unnecessary, you feel me? So for me to use that herb right now, I may take it and then I may be in the bathroom just, sometimes you ever back in the day got so drunk where you felt like you needed to throw up and wasn't nothing coming out, it just felt dry as shit. That's how that herb may treat you if you're already in good standards.
Yes,
you feel me?
That makes sense.
You may just be having gag reflexes all day and ain't nothing going on because you took a herb that herb is like really meant for like people who's going through some harsh like sicknesses. Yeah,
and like bad asthma and stuff too, because I know that's a mucus issue for real, like asthma.
Sebi used that herb to, that is. Sebi used that herb though to kind of like heal people like instantly within days, weeks, and then got them right onto the regimen of eating properly or taking your herbs and, taking sea moss on the regular. Now I could still take that herb right now and it'll do me greatly because I know right after what to eat.
Yeah,
you feel me? How to treat my body.
That's another thing. You gotta pay attention to. Make sure y'all doing make sure y'all know why y'all eating what y'all eating. Or like when y'all start this, nourishment journey, like make sure you know why you doing stuff. Because again, like every individual is different. Every being needs different things. Or requires different things. So again, like you were saying, if you using, what is it called?
Duck flower.
Duck flower. If you using you going to use duck flower, but you don't know how you supposed to take care of yourself after that or anything like that, I feel like that's not going to be a good joint. That's something that was really important for me. Side note, real quick, TJ, I'm like this joint is like hot as shit. So is that drawing? Do I need to do we need to transition possibly? I'm here to play y'all a song. It's called These Niggas Be Lying. You gotta know who you are. So, we got Tuck here, Imani, and TJ behind the camera. And we finna tell y'all, not who you are, because you gotta tell yourself that. But we finna give y'all some advice for along the way. Welcome back to the Butterfly Experience podcast. Took a little break. Get charged up and shit. But we back. Welcome. They probably going crazy over that shit. That's gonna be a banger. I hear it now. Nah, but for real, y'all, I do this all the time. I was telling TJ, like, we be having we had bomb ass conversation like on camera and shit, but like, when that should be turning off and we just be, that should be a vibe. The energy be crazy. Y'all could probably, if you in, you gonna feel it regardless. Like y'all could already feel the energy. Like we done got charged up. We done got some new downloads and that, what was that? Probably like 20, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know how long it was. It felt like an eternity of knowledge, but we back charged up. We back at it again with the motherfucking boom. I still got my good drink.
What you think about it?
I like it. I like how it give me something to like crunch, like chew on.
Okay.
Y'all ever had bubbles? You know bubble tea?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's way better because it's good for you. But go ahead.
That's the little. So I got new blenders that I use now. The other ones were a little less powerful than the ones I have now, so it kind of like blended it up perfectly into like a smoothie form after a couple blends. Now these blenders are so strong, it's like breaking everything down to just juice. So it's kind of like you gotta let them, I guess, like freeze a little bit and to give it like the perfect texture of the smoothie. But that, those little pieces that you crunching on, as sea moss.
I thought that. Hey, I was right. Period. You know, this is good. And also, yesterday, the new moon was Saturday night, and my cycle has finally linked up with the moon cycle. I've been working on it. It's been getting closer and closer every moon cycle, and now it's literally linked on the same day. And instead of being linked with a full moon, it's linked on a new moon, which is literally so perfect. And we could get into that another time. But so my cycle came on at the same time that the new moon started, and I feel so blessed because on my first, I think this is my second full day, I guess you could say, I'm getting the herbs that I need and the things that I need. Because I always felt like I would get like a bunch of different symptoms like gassiness or, you know, just like cramps and shit like that. And I'd be like, okay, well, I need to eat. And I always would crave sugar, you know, shit like that. But I didn't want to do that this time. And now I have found I've been blessed with my healthy alternatives. So this is going to be a good day for me.
Yes.
So you might have done this already. I think you talked about what's in each one already. Did we do that? Oh, you wanted to make the 2 points about the family. Let's do that because that's the last thing they heard anyway.
Okay.
Then we'll get into like everything that's on the table.
Got you. So your question was those 2 points. The 2 points I wanted to make stemmed off of you mentioning like how to help out with your family. So the 2 points that I was making was after you get a hold of the alkaline nutritional guide, ask your family members that you're trying to help. Ask them which fruits, which vegetables they like. And I guess the funnest thing to start off with would be smoothies. I think damn near everybody loves some type of smoothie, some flavor smoothie. So allow them to choose what fruits they like or vegetables they like and make them that type of smoothie. And then if you're an individual who just enjoy benefits from alkalinity in general, you can enjoy that smoothie with them. You feel me? You always gonna get benefits. You already know what you're looking for, what you want to receive. So you just want to enjoy the smoothie just cause. They may enjoy it right now because it's a taste that they acquire or require. But you know what, deeper.
And once they start feeling the benefits, they're gonna start having.
And they're gonna start to appreciate it even more too. So now it's like, what other fruits? Let's try this and that together and that and that. You feel me? So that's one point. And then the other was whatever question your family members have, give them that answer and just a little bit more knowledge. Don't overfeed them with too much, because then you become like a headache or a burden to them, and they don't even really understand that that's real knowledge that they need. So just, I guess pay attention to the vibrational rate, the things that they go and catch on to and just attain and keep, and let them keep that for right then and there and then move on. Because you feed them too much, then it kind of like starts to push them away from what you're trying to help them with. And that's the last thing you want to do, because a lot of people who don't understand this journey, it'll start to wear on them like, oh my God, this is a headache. I know the real headache is the bullshit that you eating. And how it's being undone.
Right. Yeah.
And we just trying to stop you from having these headaches. Like, we really just trying to give you
way less headaches.
Yeah, so much life, so much more life. But yeah, those were my 2 points, like, to any and everybody who's trying to help their family members. Don't give them too much knowledge. Give them just enough for them to attain at that specific point in time. And just because they may have a specific illness, don't try to feed them instantly unless they're ready for that journey. If they're ready to jump into a journey where they're ready to eat exactly what they need, no matter whether it's tasteful or bitter, then cool, that's great. Jump into them with that. But if they're trying to get through that illness and trying to fight it, that disease, let them pick from the nutritional guide, the alkaline nutritional guide, what they like to eat, and start to feed them that, because anything from that guide will help them. Will help them instantly.
Noted. It just made it to me.
Anything from that guide will help them. It don't matter what it is. It'll start to help elevate them in some way, shape, or form. And that leads me to like one more point. If you have never like really ate like this in your life at all, and you're getting into it, it don't matter what herbal tea you take that's alkaline. It don't matter what fruit, what vegetable that you eat that's alkaline, or what grain you eat and that's alkaline. All of those things will start to help dispose the trash in your body, will start to help cleanse your colon. because you never ate like that before. So all these fruits and vegetables are going to go in your body, help with the healing process, and then now your body and these fruits and vegetables and grains are going to come together and be like, yo, we gotta get this bullshit out of here. They're gonna work together now and help push it out. So at first, a lot of these things will help with removing toxins, will help clean out your colon. And you have to just pay attention to that stuff in your body just in general. If you want to get straight to the point, then go find those specific herbs that'll help cleanse your colon, which I highly suggest anybody to do. First, that should be the very first thing you do. But if you're trying to help somebody, then yeah, you know, I say definitely pinpoint the ones that help remove toxins or help cleanse the colon first. But all of these things will play a part into help moving these things out your body, because everything that is starch, everything that is man-made and created is meant to just create more mucus and stay in your body. So it's going to gather up and clog arteries and shit like that, whereas though all alkalinity herbs is meant to heal and replenish. So it's always going to force out what doesn't belong. You feel me?
Wow. This is my tummy over here cleaning something out. I can feel her just moving around and saying stuff.
That's that sea moss.
Period. Wow. I'm so, so that drink is a blessing. And speaking of, like, let's walk through. So, yeah, let's walk through. I think you already did talk about, like, you gave us 4 powerful herbs, because that's when we were talking about duck.
Cleansing out your colon. I mean, well, yeah. Duck flower.
Duck flower, yes. I was thinking it, but I was second guessing. I should have said it, but yeah. So I already asked about these things, but one of the things I hear about you the most, like, is the sea moss thing. Okay. So and I didn't hear of that until the past, like, 2 years maybe, is when I started hearing, like, about sea moss. I think it was 2020 when I started hearing, like, what sea moss was. Okay. So number one, for those of us who don't even necessarily know what that is, can you explain it to us and why it's so beneficial? Because people talking about it like it is a superhero, like, joint. So yeah, why and where is it from? Is it from the sea?
Yes. All right. So sea moss is a sea vegetable. So, and sea moss has what, 92 at the 102 minerals that's in our body that we need to function properly. So it's 102 minerals in our body. Sea moss has 92 of those. Now, depending on where you getting your sea moss from, what coast you getting it from, what island you getting it from, you may get some sea mosses that have more than 92 minerals in it. You may get some sea moss that is so powerful that it may have close to damn near almost to 102. But that's bare. Like, you really got to be out there to find those. And you got to be in tune with your body to really know if you collectively have had all 102 minerals from just sea moss. But for the most part, you always going to find sea moss with 92 of the 102 minerals.
Okay.
So, and just to elaborate on that a little bit more, people, be careful of who you get your sea moss from. Challenge the people that you get your sea moss from. Ask them questions. Ask them what it's good for. If they only know just about sea moss and no other healing properties, and I'm gonna say no other alkaline healing properties, then be cautious with where you're getting your sea moss from, because some of these people are just selling it for money. I passed out so many free sea mosses, not to put any like extra, not to promote myself anymore as like a good individual, but when I feel like some people need help, or I'm like, yo, like intuition spoke to me and things was aligning, I'm like, okay, let me just get on one. I'll just give it to them. A lot of people ain't gonna do that. They want to try to charge some way, somehow for something, and you'll find out that a lot of those people are doing it just off the strength of money. Because sea moss became a popular thing to the point where like we can make money off of sea moss, and to me that's not cool, because you know God ain't really give this to us to sell. This is free. This was just Mother Nature just abundantly gave this to us. Like, it's so much in the ocean, and we charging people for shit that we don't even grow. And then the sea moss that they do grow, we charging them times 10, because now we charging them for, let me not say because they're charging them for the work ethic that they're putting in to grow sea moss, when sea moss grows naturally. But now you trying to grow more to buy it, whether you growing it out in the ocean on stakes or whether you growing it in the pools. One way is better than the other, but still, if you growing it and forcing it to grow on your own, like, you taking away from what nature was already doing, and you taking away from its actual mineral process, like the actual minerals or the abundant amount of minerals that should actually be in the sea moss. You got people who grow it in the pools, and they'll throw like table salt in there, and make the pool imitate the waves of the ocean. And they'll tie the sea moss, like they'll tie strings from each end of the pool, tie sea moss to the strings, make the water in the pool imitate ocean waves, which makes the sea moss stretch and grow as it goes back and forth. And now you got a bunch of table salt stuck to your sea moss, and people don't even understand that all salt comes from sea salt. That not even go all the way left, but all salt comes from sea salt. So what they do with that is they burn sea salt to like an extreme number, and it burns off. Sea salt has 82 minerals in it, so it burn off 80 of the minerals and just keep 2. And now those 2 minerals plus all the other toxic bullshit that they put in it to create those little salt crystals is what we be eating. But they throw that in the pool, and that get attached to your sea moss, and now you eating man-made sea moss. And who knows how many minerals that has in it. That may have bare minimum sea moss, bare minimum minerals in it.
And that was never our mindset. That don't come from us.
That don't.
Doing shit like that, stealing and faking and what is it, the C word that's this society runs on, that's all about money, communism, yes. I think is, that type of shit. That's not of our people. That's not of our mindset. So like you tapping into some shit you don't even come from. If I'm talking to, my people, that's some shit that we don't come from. And so, yeah, that's just not of us. But that shit just started, I was flabbergasted as you was explaining how niggas be making.
Yeah,
like niggas would find a way, period. But
crazy.
Like,
imitate everything Mother Nature has done. Everything.
Stop stealing from the woman.
Come on, man.
Wow, that is really wild. I cannot believe this. And so people drink one of these a day. Like how many do people usually drink a day?
I mean, I got a lot of customers who would drink the whole thing like right in front of my face. Mm-hmm. You feel me? As you are
yes.
doing.
Absolutely, yeah. No, real rap.
So, yeah, they do that, but they were 1 for 15, 2 for 25. Mm-hmm. I had to up my prices a little bit over the year. Mm-hmm. Just so that I could get the very first reason why I did that was so that I could get y'all a better quality sea moss. Mm-hmm. At first I was dealing with St. Lucia sea moss, mm-hmm. which my plug that I get my sea moss from, that's my brother. Mm-hmm. He actually has quality St. Lucia sea moss. He goes over there and actually gets it from people who are actually diving in St. Lucia and getting it from the barrier reef and shit like that. And then we have other people. St. Lucia is actually like the #1 spot to get farmed sea moss from. So when I found that out, regardless of how much I trust my plug and that being my brother, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm falling back from St. Lucia, John. What else you got? So I moved on to Belize sea moss, and then I have nowadays I mix the sea moss for the smoothies. I mix Belize sea moss and Jamaican sea moss together. So the little crunches of sea mosses that you're tasting right now mm-hmm. is the Belize sea moss, because it's a lot more thinner and stringier, and the blades from the blender can't catch every little bit of that. The Jamaican sea moss is like one of the sea mosses that actually sometimes when you pick it does come up out of the ocean with like a mass amount of like salt on it from the ocean. Mm-hmm. I guess it just attaches to that sea moss because that sea moss is a little bit more thicker mm-hmm. and like it's a little bit more gummier too, like texture wise. Mm-hmm. So the salt kind of like just places itself on there and attaches to it different than it would the Belize sea moss. The Belize sea moss is a lot more easier to clean, rinse off, and all of that. Yeah, and versus the Jamaican sea moss.
Wow.
So the ingredients in the sea moss, because I don't mind telling any and everybody.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time my goal is for my business to go out of business. And that's what me hoping that everybody gains the knowledge of how to make sea moss on their own. That's it. If I have to stop selling sea moss because now everybody is getting quality sea moss and making it on their own, man, that's the biggest smile I could ever put on my face. And I don't want to take credit for being like, yes, I did this and that. No, I don't care about none of that. I helped y'all, cool. Because I may help you, and then you may help somebody else without saying, yo, I learned this from Tuck, but that's cool. I don't want that credit. I don't need that credit. It's just for everybody to get what they supposed to have, what we was originally here supposed to know. You feel me? So I don't give a fuck about none of that credit. I don't care about that shit.
We using that as a snippet. That is my biggest business goal.
Yeah.
I love that.
Myself some more. So I'll just think about what I'm thinking about. You feel me? If that makes sense. And it brings a lot of clarity to where I am. So I had like figured this out like not too long ago, maybe like a little bit before or in the beginning when I became alkaline. It was two things. My mom used to sing one thing and my dad used to sing one thing to me my whole entire life. My parents are still together, so I used to hear this shit like sometimes within the same day, same week, same couple of days, whatever. I used to hear it all the time. So my mom is a neat freak, OCD to the fullest. And she used to always say, cleanliness is next to godliness. Something she always used to say.
I recently heard of that.
You feel me? And my dad, he was an athlete all of his life. I mean, while he was a child, his mom let him play every sport. Completely different when I was born, but whatever. He played every sport. So he used to always say, and his uncle taught him this, he used to say, don't put nothing in your body that don't belong in it. And he said that to me faithfully. He said that, and my mother said that faithfully. So when I became alkaline, and they really only said that shit to me, like I got 3 other brothers and sisters, 3 other siblings rather. And they said that shit to me. I feel like they said that shit to me more than anything. Cause I'm the oldest. So I was the first one to experience, everything. So I pretty much heard all the sayings that they had to say or teach us over a course of time more than my other siblings. So when they kept repeating these things to me, I realized when I became alkaline, I'm like, oh shit. Like they've been telling me and coaching me on this shit since day one, and I ain't peeped it till now. And when I flip it back on them, they don't understand what they was really teaching me. I'm like, yo, you told me this all my life. I said, I'm just now realizing that each of y'all taught me something. Cause I resisted my parents a lot because I feel like out of the siblings, I'm the black sheep. But then again, when I look at my brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
Yeah. When I look at my brothers and sisters, I feel like
it's actually natural. It's like no sugar in it, so I don't really gotta worry about that. What you think? Okay, keep going.
So what I was about to say, I feel like all my siblings in some way, shape, or form, we all like some type of black sheep. So as I look at it,
Same. Wow.
So I don't even like to single myself out no more. But as far as that goes, when they taught me that, I definitely know for a fact that I heard it more than they heard it, off the strength of me being the oldest. So I flip it back on them and I'll be like, Mom, why you eating that? And you always told me cleanliness is next to godliness. Oh, well, I was talking about just cleaning your room. This and that. I'm like, okay. But why you not talking about cleaning your body? Like, that's your first room. That's your first temple. That's the first thing you got to take care of.
Come on, talk about it.
You feel me? And even my pops being the athlete, I'm like, Pop, it could be like the middle of the night, late night. If I'm at their house or if I come downstairs or something when I was living with them, it's like 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. He might have just woke up randomly out of nowhere just to go get some trash out the refrigerator. A piece of chicken, a ham sandwich. I'm like, yo, you just making this shit out of nowhere. It's the middle of the night. What are you eating?
Supposed to be doing this shit right now.
You feel me? What are you eating for? Period. At all. Like, why are you hungry right now? Oh, I just felt like I wasn't really hungry but I remember this and that was in the fridge, so I'm gonna just go. You told me don't put nothing in your body that don't belong in there. And them being Christians, it was just, at this point right now too, I'm going back. Even though I don't agree with the whole like Christian atmosphere thing, I came to realize that there's a lot of truth in the Bible. You just got to decode that shit. So that's where I'm at with it now. So it was a lot of scriptures that I was able to talk to them back and say like, yo, the Bible say this and that. Like it said in the Bible 3-4 times that the herbs are the healing of the nation. Now you just got to know what herbs are you talking about after that. Excuse me, you got to figure out which herbs are alkaline, which ones are the healing of the nation, which came from Mother Nature, you feel me? So after you figure that out, now you just like, damn, all right, I don't need to go to the hospital no more. Why the fuck is the prayer line in church so damn long when the answer's been in the book that y'all getting preached from every Sunday, you feel me? Why y'all keep getting in that line and not just taking heed to the knowledge that's there itself? Go do your own homework and heal yourself. Cause that prayer line gonna keep extending if you don't gain no knowledge your damn self, you feel me?
And if business goes to go out of business. That applied to that for me.
Indeed. Cause that business ain't even fucking natural. That's why, like, if it was up to me, if I had the resources or the sources to actually go get as much sea moss and as much free fruit that I could, alkaline fruit that I could, make all these sea mosses for free, and I just live in my own house that I built, work out in the morning, train, keep my body healthy, eat healthy, and just make sea moss and give them to the people for free, I would. I damn sure would. In the beginning, when I was making so many sea mosses and I wasn't selling out, the ones that I didn't like sell in enough time that I felt like, all right, so let's say at first I was selling my joints for 15. If 2 or 3 days went by and I didn't sell out, then I'd just be like, oh, okay, I'll give this to the next individual who I pop up who wants sea moss. I just give it to him for $5. Because at that time I'm gonna give the ingredients later, but it was just sea moss and agave, and that was it. So, and the fruit. So with that being said, like fruit got like, from the stores after you blend it and whatever, after you buy it, you got like anywhere, depending on what fruit it is, you got like a 3 to 7 day period on it before it goes bad. So as the days came down lower, most people would be like, oh, you only got 1 day left to take the sea moss before the fruit goes bad. They still charge you 15. I'm not gonna do you like that. I'm gonna just charge you 5 now at this point. Or if it came down to the last day and I still got it in my crib and I'm not eating it myself, which 9 times out of 10 I did, then I'll just give it to you for free. I'll be like, man, fuck it, bro, huh? Feel me? It's only 2 days left on that joint anyways. It's still good, it's still fresh, the sea moss is still powerful in there, just that the fruit may go bad in another couple days. So I'm gonna give it to you for free. So I would start breaking down the prices over time. And I still do that now, but now I sell out the minute I make all of them. So I don't really have to worry about that as much. You feel me? So yeah.
Wow. I be feeling like I have a product that I'm supposed to like, I don't know what it is yet though. When it comes to me, like I know I'm meant to, of course, do music, but I wonder if there's like a thing I'm supposed to make too, like something that needs replenishing. Cause like I have a friend that makes like her brand is called Zen and Juice. She has like a juice she makes with I think THC. I'm not really sure. Like it's a lemonade, but that shit is great. And then like I have friends that make soaps or like incense or something like that. Right. I just wonder what my thing I make with my hands is going to be. Like I wonder if, that's if I'll ever like cause I make jewelry, but I don't think that's the thing that like, cause I'm talking about something you can replenish. Like niggas not gonna run out of a bracelet type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so something that's like, I don't know. I just wonder what it is. People tell me they think it's a fragrance cause I used to be known for smelling good. Like nowadays, I'm trying to figure out what I even want to put on my skin. So that's a whole nother like journey for me as far as like oils and perfumes and shit like that. Especially when the season switch. So I'm not known for stinking, but I'm not known for smelling the best in the world anymore. But I just be wondering, like,
I'm not known for stinking.
I'd be like, I wonder. I feel like incense would be cool. Smudge sticks would probably be my thing because I'm a fire sign. I'm a rising air sign. So burning shit is something that's like really dope to me. But that was just a side note. I wonder, TJ.
Whatever resonates the best with you.
I know, right? Yeah. I think I'll find over time. You see me making something? If you see me making something, what would it be?
Because I don't want to hold up too much time, I would think a smart idea is because you do music and you help other people accomplish learning how to make their music, specifically singing-wise and rapping-wise, you should make a vocal drink. I'm business bull, so I think that should be with a line. You need it, you can use it.
Like a tea?
Tea.
Okay, that's no conversation. We got 2 minutes left, so I'm going to wrap this up with just the fact that like this was the most abundant, magical, educational, like this shit was really everything. And I just, on behalf of me and everybody whose healing journey you have been a part of, and the people that, as a messenger, yes, but I'm still gonna like just, talk my shit. Like you really healed a lot of people just through what you just said, just as the messenger, as the ultimate like magician messenger. And I am super I'm super grateful, super honored, super grounded, super affirmed, and all of that to just have had this conversation with you. And I know the people watching, like, yo, like you really doing some shit out here. Like you really, even for my family personally, because we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch this shit. You're breaking even just by being the example, you are breaking cycles, you are causing love, and causing healing. And I just love that for you. I thank God for you and everything that you do. And I just pray that you continue to do it and you continue to take care of yourself and have an abundant, beautiful, and lovely life. Shout out Blue, because is Blue? I think Blue has a lot to do with how we met. Or John, or who has a lot to do with how we met, because I want to thank them too.
I met you, I wanted to say that too earlier. I met you at Life Do Grow Farm.
Oh shit, okay.
I seen you perform there one time, and I was just out there dolo. Actually, I was bending with somebody, and then I slid off to go see who was performing, and I caught you performing.
Wow,
I recorded you. You see me recording you, and then I wanted to tag you. I always try to give people their credit. So when you got done, I slid off to the side to get your name, and you told me your name. I tagged you. That's when I originally remember you. We got acquainted though at Blues with John.
Open porch. Yep. Shout out y'all, shout out the whole tribe. I know I probably got like 10 seconds, so just much love and just gratitude for coming and just sharing everything that you shared. It's been lovely.
Peace.
Fly high. Yo.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you got what you needed. Again, what I express in these episodes is solely my experience and opinion and is not to be taken as professional or legal advice. If you need either of those, I encourage you to see a professional. Until next time, fly free, beautiful.